How was your field trip to the dairy farm, Allie?
It was great. We learned all about milk cows and dairy products. I got to meet Buttercup.
Well, who's Buttercup?
She's a Holstein cow, and she produces over 100 glasses of milk a day. Cattle have been around for a long, long time. Carvings in ancient Egyptian tombs show oxen pulling plows and treading grain. Throughout history, cows have been used for producing milk and beef, and for helping farmers work in their fields. Some historians believe the Vikings first brought cattle to the Americas around the year 1000. We know for sure that Christopher Columbus brought longhorns from Spain on his second trip to the New World. Their descendants later made their way into Texas and New Mexico with the Spanish settlers. If the Pilgrims had brought cows with them when they came to America, many lives would have been saved that first terrible winter of 1606. But cattle weren't introduced to New England until 1624. Cows were very important to pioneer families as they moved westward during the 17 and 1800s. As long as they had their cow, they were assured of milk, butter, and cheese in their new homes. Later, farmers began to breed certain kinds of cattle that would give large amounts of meat, and others that would be good milk producers. Now, there are both beef and dairy cattle all over the United States. Holsteins, like Buttercup, are the most popular dairy breed in the country because they produce a high volume of milk. Buttercup weighs about 1,600 pounds. She loves to eat, but she doesn't have any top teeth in the front of her mouth, so she has to tear the grass by moving her head. She makes and stores her milk in her udder, which has 4 teats. A cow's stomach has 4 parts, which lets her bring swallowed food back into her mouth, where she chews and swallows it again. Food that has been swallowed and brought back up is called the cud. Have you ever noticed that almost every time you see a cow, she's chewing? Who needs gum? Cows are called heifers until they've had their first calf, which is usually when they're about 2 years old. Then they're ready to give milk. That's when the dairy farm comes in. The only creatures living it up on the dairy farms are cows. Dairy farmers work very hard every day to make sure that their cows are well fed, healthy, and happy. From the time they're born, cows are examined regularly and given vaccinations to protect them from disease. Farmers know healthy cows are important for good milk production. On some dairy farms, cows graze outside in the pasture, but they're also given hand grain to supplement their diet. On other farms, cows are kept in clean, covered facilities, and all their feed is brought to them. Good nutrition and lots of it is necessary for cows like Buttercup to produce gallons of high-quality milk. Dairy cows are fed 50 to 75 pounds of feed and hay and drink about a bathtub full of water every day. Modern dairy farmers keep their barns very clean. They are concerned with keeping the land healthy too and protecting their environment. Whether they let their cows graze freely or keep them inside, they make sure cows' waste products go back into the earth to enrich the soil. Sometimes, cow manure is also processed and sold for use in lawns and gardens as natural fertilizers. That way, we don't have to use so many chemicals, which can be harmful to the environment. Cows are milked at least twice a day. That happens in the milking barn. Dairy farmers used to milk their cows by hand, but now they use automatic equipment that is clean and sanitized so the milk will be germ-free. Cleaning is one of the most important jobs on the dairy farm. It goes on all the time. Workers wash every cow's udder thoroughly before milking. The part of the system that attaches to the teat is called a claw. Even though the name doesn't sound like it, the claw doesn't hurt the cow at all. The milk is then pumped through the clean pipelines to a refrigerated storage tank where it is quickly cooled to about 36 degrees Fahrenheit to protect its quality and flavor. The tanker trip hauls the milk to the processing plant, but before loading it, the driver makes sure it's good by checking the temperature, flavor, and odor. And it has to pass even more tests when it gets to the dairy plant. Milk that doesn't meet the dairy's high standards is rejected. That's one reason you can be sure the milk you put on your table is pure and safe. For many years, dairy farmers not only milked their cows, but also churned their butter and delivered the milk to the customer's door. But as cities got bigger, it became difficult to get the milk from the farms to the customers. The growth of the railroads helped solve that problem, and the milk was shipped from farms as far as 50 miles away. When the population finally grew too large for farmers to keep up with the demand, they had to find a way to process large volumes of milk. The first creamery, or butter factory, was set up in New York in 1856. That was the granddaddy of today's modern milk processing plant. At the processing plant, milk is turned into all sorts of products, and it is tested all along the way to make sure it's clean and healthy. The high-speed separator pulls out the cream, about a small glassful in every gallon of milk. The cream is used to make butter, ice cream, and other things, and some of it is mixed back into the milk in just the right amounts to make mixtures that people want to buy. Regular or whole milk, 2% milk, 1% milk, or non-fat milk, which has no cream mixed in. That way, everybody gets exactly what they want, all from the same batch of fresh milk. The pasteurizer heats the milk to kill all the germs, and then it cools it down again. From there, the milk passes to the homogenizer. The homogenizer breaks down the cream into tiny particles so it stays well mixed in with the milk and doesn't rise to the top. Then, the milk goes into containers. It's hard to believe, but it's true that neither air nor human hands have touched your milk before you open the container. That's why milk is one of the safest foods you can buy. To keep milk fresh and tasty, you need to put it right back in the refrigerator after you fill your glass. Lots of products are made at the milk processing plants as well. The ice cream is one that's everybody's favorites. It's made from milk and cream plus sugar flavorings and other ingredients. Like ice cream, yogurt comes in lots of flavors, and some even have fruit included. Real butter is produced by churning cream until it thickens, all automatically, of course. Hard cheeses like cheddar are made at the processing plant, as well as soft cheeses like cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is formed when a starter solution is added to heated milk. The liquid, called whey, is drained off, and then the cream or milk is added to the curds to make them moist. Powdered milk is another important product that's used in ice cream, candy, and other foods. At the processing plant, they don't waste anything. The water that's removed when making powdered milk cleans the plant's facilities before it's recycled outside to feed the soil. You've probably heard that milk and milk products are good for you, but do you know why?
They give you calcium for strong bones and teeth, riboflavin to help you grow, and protein for your muscles.
That all adds up to shiny hair, strong white teeth, and energy and confidence in yourself, as well as some building blocks to maintain good health. We need 3 or 4 servings of dairy foods every day. It's hip to be healthy, and milk helps you get there. What you may not know is that dairy products also pop up in some pretty surprising places. Whey is a liquid that used to be thrown out when you made cheese. Now, scientists have discovered that different ingredients in whey are useful in a variety of ways. In the making of baked goods and baby food, in toothpaste and cosmetics, in adhesive tape and clear packaging, and even the manufacturer of TV screens and steel. So, whether you're drinking or eating them, brushing your teeth with them, or watching your favorite show a little more clearly because of them, dairy products are a big part of your life. Have you had your milk today?
Oh, I bet you're ready for a snack. What sounds good?
How about a grilled cheese sandwich, another big glass of cold milk, and maybe a little ice cream, please?